Hey team, today's video I want to talk on what runners should do on rest days. As I talk about in other videos, it's very, very important to take your recovery days seriously. And I don't mean that in like the fact that you should be worrying about that you're not running or that you're jogging on your rest days or you're taking a day off if you need it. Don't worry about the rest days. I mean, it's very important to take it easy, relax, to be able to recover from the hard training you're doing. But you have to have some downtime. You cannot continue to push your body hard anaerobically over long periods of time and expect high returns on your investment. There's only so many times we can stress the body, and if you're not paying attention to your easy days and relaxing and taking some downtime, you're not going to continue to be able to push your body hard and to get the results you're seeking. So, and this topic of what runners should do on rest days, things I did over the years was, I would take Epsom salt baths. I would just chill out, prop my feet up and relax, and take time away from the sport, because you're spending so much time out on the roads or on the track, and you have to get your mind outside of just zeroing it down on racing and on preparing. We all have to have some time to relax, to chill out, and to regroup so that we can continue to keep getting out on the roads and on the track. There's days where you're not going to have athletes to train with, so it makes it even more difficult knowing that you have to go out and do a tempo run by yourself, or repeat miles or repeat kilometers on the track or some other type of interval. And knowing that can add to a lot of additional stress for a lot of athletes. So, over the years, when I was preparing for my own races, I would go out and, either if I was taking a complete day of rest off and I was just taking the day off completely, I'd go and travel. I'd go around, when I was in Colorado, there was plenty of things to see. But even if I was running just easy and relaxed, again, I would jog. I'm not caught up with what paces I'm running on my easy days. And this isn't the way I was earlier on in my career. I was very focused on what miles per, what mile splits I was hitting even on my easy days. The longer you're in this sport, the more you realize that it's the key to success in middle to long distance running is using leverage, working smarter rather than harder. If you're running too many miles or too many kilometers each week at paces that are far too aerobic, it's going to be very difficult to be able to sustain paces in your races. So you have to start changing up how you're preparing for your races in training first. You make those adjustments, but you start over time. Stop worrying about the things that don't matter. And the things that don't really matter as much is on rest days. Give yourself time to relax and to chill out. Stop worrying about the things that are outside of your control. Focus on the things that are in your control. Hydration, making sure you're getting plenty of rest, paying attention to your nutrition, listening to the right information, whether that's a podcast, a running podcast, or watching a video like this, or listening to a business seminar or some form of athletic seminar where you're hearing athletes that have done what you want to do, and listen to what they say and try to get something from that, and that'll inspire you to stay motivated. Rest days are critical in terms of, like I've talked about in other videos, on muscle recovery. You cannot keep pushing the body hard anaerobically and building up those real high amounts of lactic acid, and unless you're also paying attention to the other details of what it takes to run fast over every distance, and that is a combination of stressing the body hard anaerobically, but also paying attention to your easy recovery days, your rest days. It's not a bad thing to focus on just easy, relaxed jogging on recovery days, because your hard days are going to be very difficult, as they should be. If you're not testing your body and not stressing the energy systems of the body hard enough anaerobically and over a long enough period of time, and staying persistent in doing that, you're not going to continue to see high returns on your investment. It takes anywhere from about 21 days to around 4 weeks, around that range, for your body to adapt to any stress load that you're placing on it. So it's a process that's involved. It's patience that's involved. You have to have, and you have to have that trait of, okay, I know I need to relax. I know I need to chill out on these easy days. Maybe in the past I've been too hard on myself. I've worried about running and worrying about what pace I'm hitting per mile or per kilometer on my easy days, on my rest days. Maybe I need to back off. Maybe I need to chill out, and that way I can really focus on those hard days, you know, because I know if I'm doing repeat miles or repeat 800s on the track, I'm going to be tested, and you know, physically as well as mentally. I may not have people to train with. Maybe I will have people to train with. Regardless, I'm going to be pushed hard anaerobically, mentally and physically. I'm going to be challenged. So I need that time, those rest days, so that I can recharge and regroup and be able to continue to prepare properly, so that I can train like a world-class athlete, or so I can get the results that I'm seeking, that I can live up to the expectations of myself, and that I can get the best results out of the body I've been given. And we all have different physiological capabilities. There's some of us that will break 5 hours for a marathon. There's other athletes that are out there that can run under an hour and 10 minutes for a half marathon. We all have physiological capabilities, but it's all about using leverage so that you get the best results and that you achieve whatever goal it is that you're seeking. So easy days, what the things you really need to be paying attention to on easy days is, again, recovery. Making sure you're running or jogging, even if it's a mixture of jogging and running, but running at a slow enough, relaxed pace that you're recovering from the hard anaerobic sessions that you're doing. Tempo runs take a ton of energy out of us. The long runs, the varied pace long runs I talk about in other videos, the strategy of not just running long, slow, and easy every single weekend. Those hard runs are extremely challenging. They will take a ton out of you. So I recommend making sure that you're giving yourself 48 hours of recovery after each one of those varied pace, harder pace long runs. Even a relaxed long run for a lot of athletes, if you're not recovering, may take, you know, even an easy long run may take 48 hours or 2 days of complete rest, either complete rest or jogging. And so if you're going to be out running on your easy days after a harder pace long run or a longer duration long run, tempo run, you want to make sure that you are getting beyond what paces you're hitting on your easy days. It really should be irrelevant, you know, and I know we're all driven and motivated as athletes, middle distance, long distance runners, but the easy days, just focus on getting time on your feet and getting out the door, and if you need complete rest, take the day off. You're not going to lose any fitness with 1 day off. Even you could take a week off and not lose any fitness. So don't stress out if you need to take a day off or two in your training build up, you know, or if you investing in a training plan or one of my running courses, if you need to change up the workouts, and say a workout was planned on a Wednesday and you still feel like crap on Wednesday, don't stress out about, well, it says I have to do 6 1-mile repeats on this day, I got to stick to this. No, take that day and relax. Either pull run, jog, or take the day completely off and then focus the next day on that workout. Sometimes it's just a matter of needing an additional day of recovery or rest, and that's all you needed. And then you go out the next day and have a phenomenal workout. You know, having a great workout will pay huge dividends on your mental health as well. You know, bad workouts, bad races play on us mentally, and you know, if you want to be a better middle to long distance runner, you really have to get beyond the minute issues that come along with training. You know, again, focus on the things that you can control. Don't worry about what you don't have control of. You always have control of your thoughts, what you say to yourself. So if you have a few bad races or a few bad races, know even the world's best middle to long distance runners deal with that same issue. They have their own setbacks. They have their own doubts at times, but they keep putting in the work, and so should you. You know, don't let the fact that you know, having a few bad races or a few efforts out on the roads or on the track that don't meet your expectations, don't feel like that's the end of the road for you, because that's not the case. Know that that's part of the process of getting to the end goal. You know, go back and watch the video I made on event versus process. Everybody focuses on the fast times other athletes are running, but so few of us really focus on the process. What went into that great result? And that's the things we don't see. We just see the fast times. We see Eliud Kipchoge going out and doing a marathon under 2 hours. You know, an hour and 59 minutes and 40 seconds. You know, he ran that marathon at 4:34 per mile pace. But we didn't see all the several months, the early morning rises where he's out with his group, you know, in Kenya or other parts of the world training, putting in the hard work that went into running that marathon time trial in under 2 hours. Phenomenal effort. I mean, the man's ability to clear lactic acid and to stay efficient running at 4:34 or faster mile pace is absolutely absurd. You know, but that's the process, the things that aren't seen. And so always keep the end goal in mind. You know, what runners should do on rest days, in my opinion, is to decompress. You know, if you're feeling fatigued, take an Epsom salt bath. Make sure you're hydrating well enough. If you have access to an athletic trainer, you know, maybe you need electric stimulation. You know, maybe you need mesotherapy. There's times where even over the years where my calves would always get tight, so I would go and get dry needling done. If you ever, definitely, if you don't know anything about dry needling, definitely Google that and read up on that. A lot of times they stick the needles in the specific part of the muscle that is cramped up, and it immediately releases the cramped up muscle, and it makes it more loose. And then about 48 hours after that, it's almost like there's no pain whatsoever. Dry needling is an amazing therapy aid that's out there for athletes that have sore muscles. But again, always consult your physician in regards to that. I'm not a physician, and I'm not giving medical advice, but I'm just giving you some things to think about in terms of recovery and what you need to be doing on rest days. Again, take some time, chill out, relax, get beyond worrying about things outside of your control. Only focus on the things that you have control of. You can't do anything about what the weather's going to be like on race day. Everybody has to race in it. And even my brother at a cross-country race, my nephew was running, said it perfectly. You know, we were talking about after my nephew had raced, we were thinking, talking about like how he could have ran faster. And what my brother said was really key. He's like, well, everybody had to run in it. And, we were talking about the other athletes that ran faster times or slower times, and that made sense. Everybody has to race in the conditions they're given. So do the very best you can. After the race, don't self-analyze so much that it stresses you out. Take those recovery days and those rest days seriously, and allow yourself time to back off and to regroup and recharge so that you can continue to go out and train hard anaerobically and to push the body and stress those energy systems of your body so that you get to a point where you can sustain your race pace longer than your competition. So I hope this video was helpful for you all. If you have any other questions, concerns, anything else I can help you out with, leave me a comment below this video. Again, there's resources below all of my videos that can help you get to the next level in your training with training plans and running courses that I've built on RunDreamAchieve.com. Definitely check those out. Share this video if you can. I'd appreciate it, and like it. Helps the channel grow and helps more people see these videos. And I greatly appreciate all of your support. I love hearing from you all. Continue to leave comments below the videos. I'll reach back out to you, and I always respond, as you all know. So I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you in the next video.